What's up, street urchins? It's your friendly neighborhood smoker, fucking Squirrely. I was just sitting here. I was thinking about a blog post to write, yeah, and I couldn't figure much out. And then I started. I remembered well, I was gonna start a story. Is what I was gonna start. It's almost 11 though, man. I don't know. Probably should have written. We didn't write though. I was gonna write a blog post about this guy I know, or used to know, named Martin. I don't even remember what year this would have been. Like, could have been early 2000s. Who knows? 02, 03, 01, somewhere like that. And this Martin guy lived all alone next to my friend's parents' house. Um, so we would go over to the friend's house to drink a few, and Martin would eventually come out, right? This guy, he would come out. Oh, by the way, wearing a cool cap by Pond Island Apparel. Um, Link down in the description. Hopefully, I'll remember. Friend of mine from way back, Chess Live days. I keep looking at the wrong camera. I'm sitting at the same desk. And this thing is hard to find. Yeah, I think that'll be better. Anyway, um, every once in a while, Martin would come out, right, and he would be hammered, and he would always have some kind of stories. He was much older. We were like, I think I was probably in my early 30s or something, and he was like, near retirement age, maybe. Well, maybe not. Late 50s or something. Could have been 60, 50 somewhere, I guess. I don't know. You know how it is when you're young. Old's old, man. If it isn't like within 5 years of you, like you can't even understand it. Like it's old. Anyway, he was a man, right? We were all considering ourselves kind of kids. This was a guy, you know what I mean? And he'd come out, right? And he'd be drinking and drinking and drinking, drank right from the bottle, man. Just carried a fucking bottle around with him. And he would get hilarious. But one time, we would talk in the driveway, whatever. We got to know him. We liked him. We were cool and we respected him, but not really. I'm getting to that. I mean, we were kids, bro. Maybe I wasn't 30 yet. I don't know, man. Shit. Could have been 25. I was a kid. Oh, yeah, I was not 30 yet for sure. I wouldn't have even been in that area. I could have been 23 to 26. Anyway, um, one of these days, Martin invited us into his house, and what I saw in there was rather shocking. He had like no fucking furniture. It didn't matter what room you went to, man. It was just fucking nothing in the house. You know what I mean? Um, he had like 4 or 5 items, and he was very very proud of these items. Right? He later admitted that he sold all of his stuff so he could continue to drink. The guy got a master's degree in like something and was a fucking like a high school teacher. Just drank himself out of a marriage. The wife left him. He started on Tilt Harder. School board just couldn't let it go anymore. Whatever, missing work or drunk on site, who knows. Lost his job. Mandatory counseling and shit, and mandatory, this visit and that visit to this alcohol guy and that doctor, all that. And anyway, but that was later. I'm walking through this fucking house of nothing. It looks like a fucking model home. There's nothing in there, right? And my guy, he's leading us through these rooms, and like, it was a big house too. It was a 2-story, decent sized house. He had these big ass samurai swords, and I mean big, man, like fucking 10, 12 footers, real deal. I mean, I don't know from the original time, but I mean they were fucking swords. You know what I mean? Nothing this tin shit, heavy as fuck. The mounts for these things could have held a crane. You know what I mean? And that was all that was in the living room were those things. I don't even think there was a couch. And then he led us into some other room that just had the mattress part, but not even the box spring, I don't think, right on the floor. He said, that's my bedroom. There was literally nothing else in the fucking room. In fact, I can't remember if the electricity was on. I remember it being very dark. Maybe he just hasn't replaced light bulbs, because I know they were on in the downstairs, because I could see those swords. And this would have been pretty late at night, somewhere between 9:30 and 10:30, so probably 11. Early for a fucking 20-something drinker, but late for the rest of the world, right? And this guy, the more he'd drink, the more he got an Irish accent, and he was Hispanic for sure. I mean, it was like Martinez or Iglesias or something, man. I mean, he was definitely Spanish. But he'd start talking like this. And that's when you knew Martin had his fill, baby, right? That's when you knew it was game on, right? And it was about 5 or 6, 7 of us boys. We would go in and encourage this bad behavior because he was fucking straight entertaining, right? We didn't understand at the time the full extent of what it means to lose everything. You know what I mean? We were still cool, so let's just go fuck with, hope you can understand the mentality anyway. It wasn't, we weren't just kicking on a fucking homeless guy, but he was entertaining. He liked our company. I mean, we did something for him too. Anyway, we started fucking playing some fucked up game with him where, he would set his drink down, or he'd set something down, and one of us would snatch it, and then we'd be standing in a line, so it'd go right all the way back behind us, end up fucking far away, some other place, right? And oh god damn it, I've lost my drink again. I'm looking at this overweight Mexican guy, talk like he's a fucking pirate in the 1600s. Oh, it was fucking fantastic. And we were like, Martin, what are you talking about? Because he would drink to the point of delusion and confusion. He didn't know where he was. We could tell him anything, man, right? So we fucked with him a lot. Because I mean, we could drink, bro, but we weren't that drunk, right? When we would get drunk, we would outdrink the guy. It's just that he had no liver anymore, right? No kidneys, no nothing. It was just straight booze, man. My guy was fucked up after 2 shots, like beyond belief. Anyway. This happens when I'm alone too, boys, so I know it's not you. I'm always losing that motherfucker, right? So you'd go find it. Jesus, you left it in the kitchen? God damn. So then, we're going through this other room. Oh, this was our bedroom, but I can't stand it anymore. So, I mean, there's nothing in it, right? The master. All these rooms are empty. Then we get to another bedroom upstairs, and there's about, I don't know, 5, 6, 8, 10 milk crates on the floor. Full of records. Records. Vinyl. So I said like this here. I said, what the fuck, right? My guy says, oh, when you get a certain kind of drunk, boy, you got to come in here and listen to the records, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this guy is fucking full tilt, right? Full tilt boogie band right in front of me. So I said, Martin, what is your favorite record? I remember clear as a bell. And I was always the ringleader, right? I was the guy, unfortunately, kind of manipulating him a little bit, tricking him into doing shit all the time. I mean, we would show up in our underwear and tell him that only the sword can protect us. And these swords were mounted. You had like this big ass open den, and then there were stairs like on each side that went upstairs, like an old house, like a really old Victorian. Then there was a hallway, what do you call it? Like a balcony terrace thing that you walked on, and all the bedrooms were inside there. These fucking samurai swords were mounted under the floor of the under thing, but over the ceiling of the bottom. There was a space there. Normal people would just hang some kind of ocean picture or something. He's got these 2 great big fucking huge fucking swords. So we go on, 3 boys in their underwear. They've stolen our pants. Who? The same motherfucker that steals your drink. Oh my God. So he would fucking scurry up the stairs and like lean his fat ass over the railing, grab one of these swords, and he'd come running down the stairs. And he had this fucking spin routine, and he could do pretty good, right? I mean, he had it down. And he'd say, I rebuke all the bad spirits in here to stealing people's shit. Oh, he would go on and on and on. And then suddenly, we would pre-hide this shit somewhere, like a bathroom or whatnot, right? So we would all take turns like, oh, sorry, Martin, we got to piss. And we'd come back out with pants on, just little shit like that. But on this night, I said, you show me You show me your absolute favorite record, the one where you listen to where no one's home, that you just love it. And he says, I've got just the one, right? Pulls it out and he says, this is Mexican bullfighting music. And I said, it's what? And he was like, wait. He puts this shit on. I mean, if it didn't bust copyright, I would play some for you. Like, you got to look some of this shit up. Very old stuff too, like from the 60s, I think, maybe beyond. I don't know. Old. And it's going, man. It's bullfighting music, right? It's horns and fucking crazy shit and strings. And he's fucking getting into it. Rah, rah. And of course, we're all, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're all encouraging this, right? So, I mean, he became the place to go when all the other boring people were doing boring shit. Martin was always up for a drink. Well, as this progressed, my guy, he started getting worse, right? The alcoholism. And his doctor said it was to the point where they weren't even telling him to stop drinking, right? They were just trying to slow the process of him dying, right? So they told him, okay, no more than 2 ounces can you drink. You have to pour this shit. You have to measure this shit out. You can take a 2-ounce drink. Okay. Like they meant per fucking something, right? Per fucking day. I mean, who knows, per hour? I mean, that's only 2 shots, right? An alcoholic like him could swallow that and still have the sweats, bro. 2 shots an hour is nothing for the way some of these guys can put it down. Hell, I can probably do 4 shots an hour for about 6 hours and be all right. That might be a little steep, but anyway, it doesn't matter, right? I'm not comparing dick sizes when it comes to drinking. I don't have a lighter in here. Didn't I just light something? Oh yeah. So he used to walk around the fucking driveway telling his fucking stories with a fucking 750 ml in this hand, full-size glass bottle, and a Pyrex measuring cup in this one. And he would pour 2 fucking ounces, drink it, and then fucking pour 2 more, and then drink it, and then he would always laugh. Doctor says don't want 2 ounces. Never do. I never do. I'm serious about recovery. And I couldn't figure out, even I'm very good at reading people, right? I could never figure out if he was fucking trolling or not. The guy's got a master's degree, you know what I mean? You can't figure out, I mean, come on, man, they told you. You're just being a fuck, right? But at that time, I was like, I can't decide if that's brilliant or, fucking deadly stupid. I mean, I know. Well, one day, we went too far, because we always do. One of my asshole friends who was known for doing asshole things, like one night, Kim had gone to bed, and this is the first Kim, so this is like 20 years ago, maybe more, 25 years ago. Kim had just gone to bed. We were living in kind of Grand Terrace, Riverside area. Loma Linda almost, kind of, sort of. Not really. Not at all. Colton. And we were standing up in the living room next to the TV just drinking. He had a 40 and I had something, right? Maybe 40, whatever. And I turned because the TV came unpaused or something, and I didn't want it to make a lot of noise because Kim was sleeping, right? So I turned and I figured out the fucking TV situation. I turned back and my homie was just gone. Like a ghost. Like he didn't make any sound, nothing. I fucking turned around. I turned. He is fucking standing on my back of my couch. Fucking sucked up against the wall as hard as he can get. Looks like, like in the cartoons when somebody falls off a cliff and they splat and then it has that fucking, that's the fucking position, right? And my guy was pissing out my screen into the bushes outside because he still wanted to hear my story. He didn't want to be rude and go to the bathroom. These are my friends, bro. This is what I put up with for a lot of years, bro. I mean, too many. It rubbed off a little bit. I'm not as smart as I started off. I'm not. I'm just not. These people. Anyway, this guy tells me, hey, before we go to Martin's, hold on, I got to take a shit. And I told him, hey, go find a bag, bro. So he shits in this fucking bag. I don't remember which sucker friend held it for him, but one of them did. Shits in this bag. And we go We go and fucking light it on Martin's door and knock it. Pop, pop, pop. We all run away, and just like continue drinking in the driveway, or in the next garage, or whatever we did. It was away, right? He comes out. Guy goes fucking ballistic. Guy goes fucking ape shit. Thinks it's a hate crime. It's because he's Mexican. You know, he's kicking the bag. And I see this from wherever we were hiding. And I fucking run out of the shadows. I'm like, Martin, don't kick that. And he goes, who is that? You know, where are you, motherfucker? And I said, hey, it's a bag of shit, man. We were just kidding. You motherfuckers, are you in the Klan? And I'm like, no, man. Were lighting bags of shit on doorsteps a thing for the Klan? Like, I don't remember reading that, but I mean, they keep changing history, so maybe, right? Fucking maybe. But yeah, that was an uncomfortable mess that took a better part of probably 45 minutes, an hour to calm him down. But then it was bullfighting music again, right? I don't know where my guy Martin is today, but he he eventually got onto it that we were having a little fun with him, but I mean, what were we gonna do, you know? And he still let us come over. Sometimes we play this board game, and I don't remember what it was. We play some game, some fucking game while while the bullfighting music was going. There was a small table, like a really small, like where the kids eat, you know, when the relatives come over. That little fucking plaid table that they sold, right? Some shit like that, very small. You know, whatever game this one barely fit on it, and the kids, the chairs were for kids. Whatever, it was his only furniture. So, you know, there we were. Some of us would be playing this game. Some of us would be listening to bullfight music. And we'd all just be drinking heavily. I mean, talk about like for me anyway. I mean, maybe, you know, some of you that doesn't sound great. But for me, you know, that and other parts of my life that involved just pure, like, controlled chaos was just, you felt so free. I mean, if it wasn't Martin's, we'd go find something else to fuck up. You know, we'd go to some club, fuck it up at some bar, try to get into it with a biker. You know, I mean, we were gonna do something, man. So Martin just made it very safe because, especially since he was not on the up and up, as it were. You know, he was drinking and, you know, doing stuff he shouldn't have done, shouldn't be doing. He wasn't likely to call the law or anything fucking crazy. And he was in no position to defend himself, so we just figured, Martin's it is, man. You know, Martin's it is. In fact, one day, one last story. It's not really about Martin, but it kind of is. We were at Martin's place, and remember how I said he lived next door to one of my friend's parents? Well, the friend's parents were on speed, but it was recreational. They would just dope out on the weekends because when you're on meth, you can just fuck for hours. I mean, the hard on that you get, it rivals any tree you've ever like knocked on, tried to chop down. This shit is fucking, it's go time. So he would crank a little bit and fuck the wife, right? But the point is, I think a little bit started becoming a lot of bit because they weren't acting right for a while. So I was over at Martin's and we were talking to him. In fact, I think we weren't over at Martin's. We were looking for something to do. That's what it was. And we were in we were in an Impala. We were in a 65 Olds, or we were in my 68 Plymouth. I don't remember which one. But we pulled up the driveway. They let me out. And I was going to go into Martin's garage to get him because I saw him in there. And this prickhead dad who was like Mr. fucking, he was also Hispanic, but he was shorter and he was really buff. Just like one of these, like the guy never goes to the gym, but yet he's just fucking huge guy. I don't know how these people exist, but you know the guy. He looked like a border brother, but he had no accent whatsoever. Totally white. Strange brew, man. He gets in front of me, gets in my face, says, "Hey," can't remember what his problem was. He says, you know, maybe it was like, Martin doesn't want to see you, because he didn't like that we were fucking with Martin. But honestly, we gave Martin something to do. When we were hanging out with Martin, he actually drank less because he was distracted. He was changing records. He was telling us stories. You know what I mean? If you leave that guy alone, he's just sitting in there in his own funk. Bang. Why would he ever stop? He just passed out every night. Surely soiled the carpet. It didn't smell real great in there. But we liked Martin. I mean, we genuinely liked him. We just fucked with him, right? And he gets in my face and he tells me something, and I just completely disregarded it. And he gave me the shove of all shoves. This was supposed to end anything that was happening. Wham! I went right past the car, all the way back down the driveway, almost to the sidewalk, didn't fall down, and walked right back up to him and asked him what his fucking problem was. He didn't like me much. After that, the guy became my best fucking friend. He looked at me and he says, something like, "You're a little spitfire, aren't you?" And I said, "Well, I don't fear much. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not you. I can see I'm on the losing end of that fight, but I'm no bitch." You know what I mean? So, why I say unfortunately is after that, anytime we went to Martin's, this cocksucker would like pull me away from the fun. "Hey, Derek, come over here, champ. I want you to meet someone. I got my friend from work here. Yeah, hey Dave, this motherfucker's crazy. One night," and then he had to tell a story, make me look like some kind of whacked up, skinny little hero. And I would just sit there nodding like, "Yeah, I mean, that's the way it went down. Can I go to Martin's?" You know what I mean? I got to fuck his ass with some bullfighting shit, man. I got to see. Oh, by the way, I should mention something creepy that eventually came to light. All of the milk crates, all of them were bullfighting music. I don't think he had anything else. But you should have seen this guy try to pick which fucking record he wanted. No, not for tonight. What does it fucking matter, man? It all sounded exactly the same to me. Anyway, thought I'd throw the bullfighter out for you. I got to get this uploaded and get my ass to bed. Peace out, y'all.